Hello, fellow Canadians and staters and neighbors of the whole world. Whomever may come across this video, may peace, love, and blessings be in your heart. Today I just wanted to come up on here and say I've been gardening for an intensive about 4 summers now, for 4 seasons of growing. I've always had the unsettling feeling that nothing was secure in life, and as we may come to have noticed, lots and lots of unsettling securities. Securities are not around anymore. There are no securities. You are your own source of security when it comes to your pantry and your food. I strongly suggest that you always have on hand minimum 6 months of food, a year's worth of food. Us Canadians, we can be bombarded with 6 to 10 feet of snow at once. It's happened. There's records of it. Now, do you know how long it would take for you to shovel out your driveway in your car and go to the store to get your daily meal? Some of you go shopping on a daily basis to go get your dinner. No, you need to plan ahead, way more ahead than that. Or not be planned, but just have food so that you don't have to run and run like a chicken with no head. Who wants to be a chicken with no head nowadays? It's not good. Anyhow, so I'm in a tiny little hometown strip house in Ottawa, in Nepean. It's not directly Ottawa, it's the outskirts of Ottawa, okay? It's just a few boulevards out. Doesn't mean I'm not far from Ottawa. Just takes me about 10 minutes of non-traffic driving to get downtown, where there's skyscrapers and disgusting needles and homeless and poop in the street, okay? So don't kid yourself. I'm not homesteading where I got goats making myself cheese. I'm working towards that, and I want my goats for cheese. I would love to have cow for meat and cheese, but that means you need acreage and acreage and acreage. If you have a goat, you can mow lawns and maintain bad weeds and overgrown brush, and that might actually cause fire breaks in the landscape. Fire breaks, you know, when there's forest fires and there's lots of underbrush. Well, a goat can help with that. Many goats can help with that. I say everybody should adopt a goat. Forfeit their dogs, their little yappy Yorkshire poodle, little nothing dogs that don't do anything, and get a goat. No, okay, that was a bit of a joke, but a bit of an honest truth. It's just, it's upsetting, the reality that we live in. Anywho, so my yard is, my backyard, I would say, is 18 feet wide, 18 feet length, and about 30 feet wide. And I also have a little garden that I've put on the outside of my house, on the common space of my rental, in the sunny side. When my Wi-Fi signal is strong enough and I'm dressed appropriately to head outside, I will absolutely do a small tour. Mostly on that other side, it's peppers. I made an onion and pepper, and that's where I grew my garlic. Now, I've already ate some of it, but I grew 30 heads of garlic in a 6-foot-long little bed, and I crowded it with little onions and spring onions, and it worked fabulous. I had spring onions and garlic growing in that one. Now I'm going to give you a glance at my table, and I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to show you that it is possible with a little work, little elbow grease, and maybe a few crumbs on the floor, and your counters might get crowded. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've already processed 7 pounds of tomatoes this year, and I've processed them down into, oh, the lighting's not very good, I'm sorry. There's salsa. I've made 5 giant containers of salsa. I've made some tomato sauce. I have basil that I've made. This jar here, we've done this twice now. And that's basil and parsley and garlic and almonds and other flavors. Michael's the one who does the pesto. So he's got that going for me. We did 2 jars of giant pesto with all of our basil. I dried some out, so we have our dried herbs for the winter. I don't use that much herbs over the winter. And then every time I take a spring onion, and I eat spring onion, and I don't eat it all, I cut them up and I dehydrate them. So yesterday's dinner, I'll give you an example. Yesterday's dinner, we did not finish all these pieces. So I'm going to cut these down and dehydrate them, and I'm going to add them to this jar. And then I'll have that for my baked potatoes over the winter. These zucchinis were picked yesterday. 3 of them. One of them was a few days back. I have already processed 9 of these giant size zucchinis in my tiny garden. I've already grated them down. I've already put them in Ziploc bags, and they're in the freezer. Each Ziploc bag has 4 cups of grated zucchinis. I make zucchini bread, zucchini fritters, zucchini muffins. Hell, you can even just like throw grated zucchini in a stir fry if you really wanted to, if you were short on stuff to put in there. And I took time out of my day when I decided I was going to make 1 zucchini bread. I said, hey, I'm not going to just prepare 1 zucchini bread. I'm going to need zucchini bread all throughout the season. So I packed myself up my zucchini mix. So now it's pre-made, and all I need to do is follow my instructions. And that's a 45-minute bake time at 350. You grease your loaf pan. You add 2 cups of grated zucchini, a half a cup of honey, 6 tablespoons of melted butter or oil, depending on what you have on hand. I try to use oil because butter is expensive. I use 2 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If any of you were paying attention, my eggs are teeny weeny. Look at this. These are little quail eggs, and this is about 2 days of egg laying for my little layers that we have. I have 2 cages, 3 cages of females, and I have a cage of male. And we rotate them in and out, so when they get a little aged, then we harvest the bird. We make a little prayer. We thank the Lord for their little lives. And we reuse, reduce, and make sure that nothing goes to waste. Oh, little O, are you okay? You need something? Okay, Mom, I'll come help you. So I'm being summoned by my second little prince. He probably wants his morning snack. But my point is, keep on going. Tomatoes can be grown. Zucchinis can be grown. Break down your green tomatoes. If they don't get ripe in time, make green relish tomato. That's what we did. And we use our green tomato relish in tuna salad, in chicken salad. We use it anytime we want a little bit of tang and a little bit of sweetness. And I had a very successful cucumber harvest this year that I made 3 of these giant lacto-fermented pickle jars. We've already eaten them, okay? We like them so much. They are so good. What recipe do we use for the lactose fermented? It's Food Wishes Chef John, I believe, is the one that we were using as a recommendation for the baseline recipe. I have many, many books. That might be another little clip I could do for you guys if you wanted to know where my knowledge comes from. I do a lot of reading when it comes to gardening. I'm blessed with having Michael working at the library, and Michael's mother as well works at the library. So when they have damaged, well, they call them damaged or old books, what is considered old, it's not very old, and then they bring them to me. So I have a shelf full of referencing for that. I'm still looking to add encyclopedias to my shelf, and that's coming. So stock up your pantry little by little. When it gets low, restock it. Don't let it get low. You take one thing off the shelf. Like this week, we had to take one coconut oil off the shelf, and that's a $20 container of coconut oil. It's giant. It's a giant jar from Costco. See? There we go. Okay? And then that can be some base cooking for curries and whatnot. But yeah, it's really yummy. And don't go crazy in nowadays world. Keep yourselves happy with some happy hobbies. My happy hobby is quilting, painting, gardening, and playing with the little monkeys. Want to say hi? Yeah? This is Odin. Good day. And we're going to head out for right now. We're going to wish you all a great day. Keep on being positive. And don't be overwhelmed. Little work will give you a lot. Just start. Just plant one seed. Just one. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We love all of you. Take care. Bye-bye.